given the week we've just had concerning the very volatile share markets because of the Greece issue that we've got on at the moment, I don't think we can put together a video about commenting on the situation and trying to shed some light around what's happened during the week. Now, Greece isn't a new issue by any means, but it's we've been talking about the pigs, Spain, Portugal, Greece and Ireland for many years now, since the height of the GFC. Now, it's been termed that they've been kicking the can down the road for Greece to make sure they don't default for many years, in the hope that the European Union, the countries in Europe, become stronger to handle a potential default. Now, it is a complex issue, so I've jotted down a few things to help give us a bit of an idea of what's happening at the moment. Now, we've got a political party over there. There's a bailout package that's been proposed of 7.2 billion. The PM over there, he has said that he wants to vote no to that. On Tuesday, there was a huge public demonstration which was essentially saying, yes, we need to vote for this. And that vote means that to get that money, that relief, to make sure they don't default, there's got to be austerity measures, which means you've got to spend less. So that's looking at pension cuts. It'll mean looking at the sales tax. It'll also mean setting budgets that are going to slowly get this country out of the mire that it is, and it's been living beyond its mean for a long time. Now, if the no vote goes through and Greece really does default, then potentially can be out of the European Union, and that's going to be absolutely devastating for the citizens of Greece. So if you can think of asset prices, homes, prices will absolutely plunge. They'll be devastated. Unemployment right now is at 27%, and that will skyrocket even further. Inflation and the value of the draghi, their currency that they may need to go back to if they can't use euros moving forward, that's going to be a worthless currency. Like Zimbabwe saw, possibly not that bad, but those sort of issues. At the moment, they owe about $330 billion euro. Germany and France are owed about 176 million of that. That's the governments, and then there's the private bankers, and the International Monetary Fund are owed a significant amount of billions as well. To put it in context, and what could happen, mean for the rest of the world and our investments and the financial markets, well, the GDP, the gross domestic product of Greece, is about half the size of New South Wales, so it's not a huge economy. The size of their debt is huge compared to that economy, so it's not a big economy. They don't export much. They're very good at exporting tourism, where people go to them to see all the history that they've got there. So probably what it does do in terms of the financial markets, and we just saw Monday just gone that our market dropped 2%, and obviously Asian countries and America followed that as well, that it provides a lot of instability, and the one thing that share markets don't like is uncertainty and instability. Now, what that gives us as investors, I think, is an opportunity as much as anything. Sometimes when these huge historical events happen, it can provide us an opportunity when people are scared and they decide they want to leave the market. Sometimes the market is on sale because of these issues, and it's time to buy some assets. So for those that have cash, then it's an opportunity to buy assets. For those that are fully invested, well, it's the volatility of the market, and as we saw today, the Aussie market was up 1.49%, so up 1.5% after a decent recovery yesterday, and also so that's it's one of those potholes in the road that scare investors, and I think predominantly it provides us opportunity. So it's a very serious thing. I'm not trying to downplay it, and it's going to have repercussions for Greece and its citizens for decades to come. So very scary when you go to a teller and you can only get out $80, or you can't go into the bank and get your money out, and you may want to do that for fear that it may be worthless in the future. So very much feel for the communities. But that's what happened during the week. I thought it was worth commenting on, and it is a very important thing that's happening in the financial landscape. Thanks for listening.